Tony D and Little Joan somewhere in the background, and this is your Screenwriter's Rant on Lies We Tell. Looks like a Victorian age thriller about a woman who's an heiress who gets dumped off onto her uncle, and he has plans for her. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Inspired by the thrilling novel by J. Sheridan Le Fanu. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Anyhow, let's look at this. It looks... Actually, this trailer looks kind of exciting. I don't normally like these kinds of movies. I'm not a fan of like Downton Abbey or anything like that. This looks kind of intense. Yeah. It's got a cool soundtrack. Kind of again, an intense soundtrack. Apparently, the story is something like her father dies under mysterious circumstances, but her father, who accumulated a fortune and leaves it to her, covered up his brother's transgressions, whatever those are. And then now the uncle wants her to marry his son, who is her first cousin. And he's got some sort of weird obsession with it. So they're playing this game where essentially he's trying to take control of her life, and she's not having it. So I'm not sure the exact time period, but definitely Victorian times, I would say. Directed by Lisa McCullough. Hi. Written by Elizabeth Gooch. This is a funny name. Who wrote the book? Yeah, no, the author's not writing the screenplay. That is yeah, I don't like that. I think the author should have been involved in the screenplay, but that doesn't mean it's bad. But there could be some changes in here. But that being said, the trailer is spot on. It's exciting. It doesn't really give away the deal, but tells you enough that, yeah, it's going to be this young heiress versus the older uncle who's, he's sort of in the position of power, but he needs her to get the money, and he needs to marry her off and probably have her killed. So, would I see it? I actually think I might see this. I don't think I'd go to the theater for it, but I certainly, if it was on streaming, I'd be like, yeah, it looks kind of interesting. Let's see. Oh, here it is. An orphaned heiress is forced to embrace her family's dark legacy. I'm not sure that scans. Anyhow, first act. Her father's already dead, and they're discussing what the next steps are. And the next step is that his uncle, her father's brother, has been named her guardian or whatever. So she's waiting for that, and there's some rumblings that this might not be a great idea, but she is determined to honor her father's wishes. So then the uncle comes, and at first it all seems great. His kids are a little odd and off-putting, but for the most part, they're family. She's going to accept them. It's all good. And then slowly we ramp up the weirdness and uncomfortableness, and then he starts making requests, small ones at first, but then they get bigger and bigger until finally they're at odds with each other. Probably about halfway through the movie, she starts to realize something is very wrong here. She starts to ask questions, or she hears something from somebody else, and she doesn't know what to think at first, but she's leaning more and more towards there's something very wrong with her uncle. By the end of the second act, she's in open rebellion against him, trying to make moves to secure her future or whatever. He's trying to force her to marry her cousin. The third act, I think he probably tries to kill her. Something like that. Tries to arrange an accident, maybe. or a poisoning, something like that. And I don't know what the climax would be. Maybe he's chasing her through the house. He's just gonna kill her, and she has to run away, and then tricks him, and he falls out a window and dies, or something like that. Or he just, I don't know, he dies in some other way. It could be a good movie. It'd be interesting to see how this one ends. So yeah, not normally my speed, but I think I would see it. Seems shot well, and I like the soundtrack. Everything on here seems on point. So it's called The Lies, or Lies We Tell, based on a book, a drama thriller movie. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan somewhere in the house. Thanks for tuning in. This week, it's Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. Wednesday, I will be at United Methodist Communities at the Pittman Manor at 2 p.m. for my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil. Hope to see you there. We'll see you in the next one.